Hello everyone, it's Ron Bell here again, and we're going to be talking with Mark Mantei about economic development. We can see a bunch of for sale signs behind me. What about that? What's happened to Alberta? We'll talk to Mark. Hey Mark, great to be with you again today, and we're going to talk about economic development in Alberta. So let's start with the big question: why would a company want to come to Alberta, open up an office, and start business here?
Good question, Ron, and you've heard me talk about how positive I am about Alberta's future, and really the question isn't why somebody would want to locate here, it's why not. We've got such a beautiful natural environment that surrounds the province, from the mountains and skiing and hiking and summer, winter, it makes no difference. Calgary is just a beautiful city, such a great place to live, so I think we've got natural assets that attract business here.
Well, Mark, it sounds wonderful. There's a whole pile of for sale signs in this beautiful condominium behind you. Companies are leaving Alberta. Major international oil companies are leaving. Small businesses are closing. Restaurants are closing their doors. So what is going on?
Yeah, and it's sad what's happened to this province under the current government over the last number of years. You're right, it's really disappointing that companies, individuals have had to leave this province to find work elsewhere because the jobs haven't been here. So what's going on is this government has not been friendly to business right from the get-go. It was a 20% increase in corporate taxes, another oil sands royalty review, just what we needed when the economy was tanking and the oil prices were lowest, to add more questions into the industry moving forward that lost us another year of investment and uncertainty in this industry. So we need to make sure that we're not taking cues from the current direction of this government and moving things in a different direction.
So Mark, they've actually taken a situation and made it far, far worse, because oil prices did go down, but then they assaulted the oil and gas industry, is what you're telling me, during the time when the industry was down. So how do we go forward? Where do we go from here?
Yeah, well, it really starts with ensuring that we've got an economic environment that attracts business. Means making sure that we've got, of course, a low tax regime, low cost regime to do business. It means efficient regulatory environment for businesses to operate in. It means taking a look at the major tenets of what was known as the Alberta Advantage and ensuring that we're attracting business because it's a good financial decision for them.
And you said cost is a big thing, and today the minimum wage went up to $15 per hour, and it went $15 per hour everywhere for everyone. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's another one of these poorly thought out decisions by the NDP government. I think that the people they said that it was going to help the most, it's hurt the most from looking at our youth. It's added additional cost to business, which has made it much more difficult for businesses to operate. We've seen small businesses struggling, closing their doors. It's hurt the restaurant industry, the retail industry, businesses across various sectors of the economy, Ron.
So would you roll back wages, or how would you approach this?
Yeah, and I don't think I'd call for rolling back anybody's wages. We're where we are now with this decision. It hasn't been a good one, but that said, I think we need to look at making sure that businesses have some stability moving forward, and ensuring that we allow businesses to adjust and catch up. We had a major change in the minimum wage in a very short period of time, 50% in 4 years, under 4 years. So we need to make sure that we're allowing businesses the time to adjust and the economy to adjust to the new normal.
So you mentioned young people being harmed the most, so you'd look for areas where you can ensure that young people have opportunities, and you mentioned regional, that different regions are affected.
Yeah, definitely. There's demographic differences, there's regional differences. The choice that the NDP made to increase this minimum wage was really just done on blind ideology. It was based not on any particular set of reasoning or studies or any data background to the choices that they made. So we're going to have to take a really hard look at what we can do, with those regional disparities, with those demographic disparities, and ensure that we can do what we can from the government side to help those businesses and individuals adjust.
So you're optimistic about Alberta. I know you are. And your campaign slogan is "Let's take Alberta back." So you feel that you can turn this around?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Alberta is an entrepreneurial people. We've weathered a difficult storm, difficult period of time, and all we need to do is make sure that we're taking the shackles off Alberta businesses, Albertans as a whole, and reinvigorating this economy by creating the necessary preconditions for businesses to succeed in this province.
So when can we vote for you to be the UCP candidate for Calgary Shaw?
Yeah, October 20th. It's just a few weeks away now, just 2-3 short weeks away. So, it's an exciting time, and now we just need to make sure that we're working really hard. The weather's turned a little bit colder now, and that means that the attire has to change. But the hard work to make sure that we're earning the trust of Albertans and ensuring that we replace this current government with a more sensible government. That work doesn't end no matter what the weather, Ron.
Let's take Alberta back.
Let's take Alberta back.
All right, let's go, Mark.